17 per minute. Despite the decades-long efforts by communist authorities and attempts by other contemporary forces to disinform and erase the human memory, the horrific experiences of the Holodomor, the world today knows the facts about this crime. Farmers' seed grains were taken away from them, and all food was removed from Ukraine's villages. Those villages that did not cooperate were blacklisted. These villages were surrounded by secret police. All food was removed, and anyone who tried to flee was executed. Ukraine experienced a sizable loss in population while the rest of the Soviet Union showed population growth in the 1930s. Archival documents, scholarly research, and testimonies by survivors have contributed to recognition of the Holodomor as a genocide of the Ukrainian nation and to remembrance of the countless victims by governments and international institutions. The Edmonton community played a significant and leading role in the truth and recognizing Holodomor as the act of genocide against Ukrainian people. We are very fortunate to have researchers and scholars here at our very own University of Alberta and the Canadian Institute of Ukrainian Studies writing on this historic event, such as Dr. Bogdan Klib and Dr. Serge Sipko. In 1983, Edmonton became the home of the first Holodomor monument in the world. On October 30th, 2008, former Speaker of the House, Jean Zlotetsky, was instrumental in leading Alberta legislature in passing the Bill 37 to annually commemorate the Ukrainian Famine and Genocide Memorial Day Act. In 2011, the Edmonton Catholic School District declared the last Friday in November as Holodomor Memorial Day within the school system. Today, a new resource in the Holodomor geared to the Alberta curriculum in social studies has been completed and is being piloted in the high school level in the Edmonton Catholic School Board. Presently, the Holodomor is included in the Alberta curriculum in social studies 20 and 30 at the grade 11 and 12 levels. Lessons for teachers on the Holodomor have been developed by Edmonton Catholic Schools and are available on their websites for kindergarten to grade 12. We must continue to keep Holodomor in the forefront by educating our community and our children to prevent history to repeat itself. Today, Saturday, November 26th, is recognized as International Holodomor Memorial Day. And together we have gathered here at City Hall to commemorate as a community, and I want to thank you all for coming here today. This evening, I would like to ask you to join the world in remembering the victims of Holodomor with a moment of silence at 7:32 p.m. local time and light candles of remembrance in your homes. Let us continue to remember and honor the victims. May the memory of victims of the Holodomor in 1932 and 1933 famine genocide remain eternal. Let us also remember the victims of today's Russian aggression against Ukraine, for those who have sacrificed for the right to live in freedom with dignity on Ukrainian soil on which rule of law prevails and fundamental human rights are respected. Ukraine remembers, the world acknowledges. Now I would like to invite our Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon, Lilia Panteliuk-Socha.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to be the Master of Ceremonies today, and I would like to welcome all of you here. Dear friends, Today, Ukraine and Ukrainians all over the world begin to commemorate the 83rd anniversary of the terrible catastrophe usually referred to in the West as the Great Famine, and known to Ukrainians as Holodomor of 1932-1933. It was a Bolshevik state organized program of a mass starvation that killed an estimated 7 to 10 million Ukrainians, including up to a third of the nation's children. Millions of victims didn't receive any burial services, and their souls may not have found peace. Those souls trust us because we are their unlived lives. Today, we honor every victim by serving the cause of the historical truth and promoting abroad a greater understanding and recognition of the Holodomor. Дорогі гості, шановні пані та панове, наша молодь, Голодомор 1932-1933 років в Україні назавжди залишиться в пам'яті українців однією з найскорботніших сторінок нашого минулого. Голод 30-х років – це наш біль, це мільйони ненароджених, тих, у кого відібрали можливість зробити Україну відомішою, щасливішою, багатшою та об'єднанішою. Дорога українська громадо, дозвольте мені представити вам наших шановних гостей на вшануванні 83-ї річниці Голодомору. Allow me to begin by introducing our guests and dignitaries. His Grace Владика Іларіон, Bishop of Edmonton and the Western Eparchy. Most Reverend Владика Давид Мотюк, Bishop of the Ukrainian Catholic Eparchy of Edmonton. Reverend Fathers, all clergies, преподобні брати і сестри. From the federal government, we have with us today Randy Blasano, Member of Parliament, Edmonton Centre, Linda Duncan, Member of Parliament, Edmonton Strathcona, Zaid Abultayev, Member of Parliament, Edmonton Manning, Kelly McCauley, Member of Parliament, Edmonton West, Kerry Diot, Member of Parliament, Edmonton Grisbech. From the Government of Alberta, Sarah Hoffman, Deputy Premier of Alberta, Jessica Littlewood, MLA for Fort Saskatchewan-Vegreville, Lauren Dach, MLA for Edmonton-McClung, Heather Sweet, MLA for Edmonton-Manning. From the Edmonton City Council, Don Iverson, Mayor of Edmonton, Dave Loken, City Council. From the Edmonton Catholic School Board, John Carr, Superintendent, Boris Radyo, Assistant Superintendent, Education Planning. Ukrainian Canadian Congress, Alberta Provincial Council, Ivan Lipovic, Vice President. We welcome all of the flag bearers and representatives from the various Ukrainian Canadian organizations and the members of the male Ukrainian Choir of Edmonton. We especially welcome our youth. They are seated on our main stairway, Рідна школа, Курси, members of the Ukrainian Youth Association SUM, the Ukrainian Youth Association Plus, and the Ukrainian Orthodox Youth of Canada SUNC. These are our future leaders that will continue to honor the memory of the victims of Holodomor and lead the fight for peace, justice, and freedom in Canada, Ukraine, and the world. Thank you. Thank you all of coming today. Thank you. Четверта субота листопада в Україні визнана Днем пам'яті жертв Голодомору. Меморіальні заходи проводяться як в Україні, так і поза її межами. Now, I would like to invite to the podium Randy Boissonneau, Member of Parliament for Edmonton Centre, on behalf of the Government of Canada and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, to say a few words.
The first raid came, and the sheds were all emptied. Into sacks, wheat was emptied for the commune farm. In the second requisition, our hopes laid there emptied. Then a third, like our urns, we lay broken, not a sound. In our gloom, we did eat what we could, dogs and cats, for the glory of their 5-year plan, and the rats. In our village, they hid all the children. Don't cry. Mothers prayed for their children. Please, children, don't die. All our future, our promise, our flowers had died. In the streets, bring your dead. where you too will now lie. On the land, in our hearts, no more freedom we knew. This excerpt of a poem, Holodomor, by Michael Fediu, is his way of remembering a horrific and genocidal act that never must be forgotten. Iaile členom Parlamentu Centru Edmonton, Randy Boissonneau, we remember Holodomor. We remember the needless killing of many millions through starvation as the result of a state famine imposed on Ukraine by the Soviet Union. Through bloodthirsty actions, Ukraine, a land once known as the breadbasket of Europe, was forcibly robbed of its food, and death sentences were thus passed on innocent families, including so many children. As the Member of Parliament for Edmonton Centre, on behalf of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, I join our community here and across the country in the remembrance and the condemnation of the Holodomor. We turn from the sorrow and sadness of the past to the symbols and success of the present and the future. We celebrate a strong and dynamic and independent Ukraine and a strong and dynamic Ukrainian community presence in Canada. And the tie that I wear today, designed by Emil Yaranyuk, is a symbol of that strength internationally and here. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, this is a country that believes in freedom of speech. Children, students, what you witnessed today was a protest. And the reason we need you here today is so that you keep telling the story of the Holodomor until you are as old